Welcome back to the Deep Dive, everyone. It's great to have you with us again as we continue our journey into the Ruhi Institute materials.
Absolutely. We're carrying on with our special series on Book 3 teaching children's classes.
That's right. And today, we're hitting Part 3, the final section of the book itself. Section 3, which is called 24 Lessons for Children.
This is where the theory really meets practice.
Exactly. Now, just a quick heads up, if you're just joining us, you might want to check out Part 1 and Part 2 first.
Yeah, we covered a lot of the groundwork there, the sort of why and how of the classes, the teacher's role, all that foundational stuff.
Right. And understanding that background will definitely enrich what we're diving into today as it all builds on itself.
It really does, because today we're shifting gears, aren't we? We're moving from the preparation and the philosophy
To the actual, the lessons themselves.
Precisely, the core content. These are the specific lessons crafted to help cultivate those spiritual qualities, right from a young age.
It feels like we're moving from the blueprints to the actual building blocks of character here, seeing how these virtues are introduced.
So our mission for this deep dive is to, systematically go through these 24 lessons.
We'll unpack their purpose, the principles, the discussion points.
Yeah, and not just list them, but really explore the meaning behind the activities, how they connect to being a Baha'i, to spiritual growth, and importantly, the art of actually teaching these concepts.
So we're aiming for a really comprehensive understanding, getting beneath the surface to see that rich educational philosophy in action.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start with the overall approach. These 24 lessons, what's the structure like? What stands out?
Well, the first thing you notice is this really consistent structured format for every single lesson. It's quite remarkable.
Okay.
Each one follows the same pattern: prayer, then a song, quotation memorization, then comes a story, a game, a coloring activity, and finally, closing prayers.
That's quite a mix. It sounds very intentional.
Oh, absolutely. That consistency gives children a sense of predictability, comfort. They know what's coming.
And that multifaceted approach, prayer, song, story, game, it feels like it's designed to hit different learning styles, doesn't it?
Exactly. It engages them through, auditory, visual, kinesthetic, linguistic channels. It makes the learning much deeper and hopefully more memorable than just sitting and listening.
It's full immersion.
And it also connects to this idea of a spiral curriculum, which is central to the Ruhi approach.
How so?
Well, prayers and songs, for instance, they're often reviewed over several lessons. Concepts aren't just taught once, they're revisited, built upon gradually.
Ah, okay. So it's not just learn it and move on.
Not at all. It's about reinforcement, letting these qualities really sink in, become part of their understanding, engraved on their hearts and minds, as the writings might say. It's a living process.
That makes a lot of sense. Revisiting and deepening understanding over time. Okay, so where do we begin with the lessons themselves? Let's maybe start with the ones that focus on those sort of inner spiritual foundations.
Good idea. The first few lessons really lay that groundwork for a child's spiritual identity, their connection to God, their moral compass. So lesson 1 is purity of heart.
Purity of heart, a fundamental concept. How do they introduce that?
It starts, as all lessons do, with reciting and memorizing prayers. The aim is clear: create that spiritual atmosphere, attract blessings.
Right.
The teacher starts with a known prayer, then invites the kids to share any they know. The specific prayer for this lesson is quite beautiful and short. He is God, O God, my God, bestow upon me a pure heart like unto a pearl.
Like unto a pearl. That's lovely imagery.
Isn't it? And because it's short, they review it over the first 3 lessons, so it really sticks. The guidance also stresses explaining terms like pure heart with concrete examples, connecting back to reverence and prayer concepts from section 2.
And after the prayer
comes the song. For lesson 1, it's called My First Counsel. And brilliantly, it actually sets the memorized quotation to music.
Oh, clever. Reinforcing it again.
Exactly, driving home that theme of purity. The lyrics include lines like, possess a pure, kindly, and radiant heart, that thine may be a sovereignty, ancient, imperishable, and everlasting. Pretty profound stuff.
Wow, yeah. Maybe a bit complex for very young kids.
Well, the guidance suggests focusing on the first few lines for the younger ones, but the music and repetition really help embed the core idea.
Sure. And then the quotation itself.
Right, it's memorizing quotations. The teacher introduces the theme using that mirror analogy. Our hearts are like mirrors, unkindness is dust. Pure hearts reflect God's light and attributes like kindness, love, generosity, making us happy and making others happy.
That's a great visual.
The quotation is, "O Son of Spirit, my first counsel is this: possess a pure, kindly, and radiant heart." And the book is very careful to break down these abstract terms with really child-friendly examples.
Like what?
Well, for counsel, it might be a teacher advising kids to share crayons. For possess, it's like having a prayer book. A pure heart is shown by forgiving someone who is unkind or sharing things with everyone, not just your friends.
Okay, very practical.
Very. A kindly heart could be helping an elderly person or serving guests happily. A radiant heart is like cheering up your mom when she's sad, or being happy even when you don't feel well.
So directly links that inner state, purity, kindness, radiance to actual actions and their impact on happiness.
Precisely. It makes it personal and relevant right away.
And the stories in these lessons, they often feature Abdu'l-Bahá, don't they?
Yes, he's the perfect exemplar. For Lesson 1, the story is Abdu'l-Bahá and the Empty Glass.
Ah, I think I know this one.
It's a wonderful story. A lady is silently wishing Abdu'l-Bahá could empty her heart of worldly desires and refill it with divine love, like emptying a glass of water.
And he knows her thought.
Without her saying a word, he has an attendant empty her actual water glass, and then he refills it himself, mirroring her unspoken prayer.
Wow. What's the takeaway for the kids?
It illustrates that our hearts and minds are essentially open to God and his manifestations, highlighting the importance of that inner purity and the power of sincere wish. It's learning through example, seeing a spiritual truth enacted.
Powerful. And then there's a game.
Yes, to make it tangible, the game is sharing. Kids try to stand together in a small, defined space, like inside a car tire or on a mat.
So it forces cooperation.
Exactly. You have to share the space, work together. Then there's coloring, drawing one relates to the theme. And finally, closing prayers, maybe reciting the prayer or, quote, they learned.
Okay, that's a really thorough first lesson. Purity of heart established. What's next? Lesson 2.
Lesson 2 moves to justice, another absolute cornerstone.
How do they tackle that? Same structure.
Same structure. They review the prayer from Lesson 1 first. Then the song is A Noble Way.
A Noble Way. Nice title.
And the lyrics connect justice directly to a brighter day, to sharing blessings. It even mentions Abdu'l-Bahá specifically. We know Abdu'l-Bahá would share showing love and showing care.
So again, linking the virtue to the exemplar's actions.
For memorizing quotations, the theme is introduced. God loves justice. It ensures good things for everyone, schools, homes, fair sharing. The quote itself is, "Tread ye the path of justice, for this verily is the straight path."
The straight path. And again, breaking down words like tread and path.
Yes, with simple examples. Tread, like walking carefully on a path covered in leaves. Path, like a donkey finding its way home. Justice, like Carlos distributing crayons fairly to everyone in the group.
Makes sense. And the story.
The story is Abdu'l-Bahá and the Fisherwoman. It's a powerful illustration of his justice and selflessness. He chooses an inexpensive public coach over a private one.
Right, and then gives money to a fisherwoman in distress, explaining he couldn't ride in luxury while others were starving.
Exactly. It shows justice isn't just about fair shares, but empathy, sacrifice for others' well-being.
And the game for justice.
This one's brilliant. It's called The Burning Thirst. The children have their arms tied, maybe gently behind their backs or to their sides, and they have cups of water they need to drink. They quickly realize they can't do it alone.
They had to help each other drink.
Concisely. It's a physical lesson in cooperation and mutual support being essential for everyone's needs to be met, a foundation of justice.
That's fantastic. A direct, felt experience. Then coloring and closing prayers. Okay, what's lesson 3?
Lesson 3 is love.
Of course, central theme.
Absolutely. The song is Love, 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 encouraging love for God, for fellow humans, seeing everyone as a shining star.
Lovely.
The quotation to memorize is, "O friend, in the garden of thy heart plant naught but the rose of love," emphasizing that internal cultivation, planting love within and letting it bloom for everyone.
Even those who aren't kind to us.
Especially them, perhaps, which leads perfectly into the story. Abdu'l-Bahá and the Man Who Hated Him.
Oh, this is an incredible one. 24 years, wasn't it?
24 years, this man spoke ill of Abdu'l-Bahá, would cover his face when he passed. Yet Abdu'l-Bahá consistently showed him kindness, sent food, clothes, doctors when he was sick.
Until the man's heart finally broke and he begged forgiveness.
It's just the most powerful demonstration of transformative, steadfast love, mercy, forgiveness, even towards an enemy.
Truly. And the game for love.
It's called the bridge. Two groups of children have to cross a bridge, maybe benches or boards laid out in opposite directions at the same time without falling off.
Needs cooperation again.
And helping each other, navigating a shared space carefully. Then the coloring and closing prayers follow.
Okay, and the last one in this initial group of inner foundations.
Lesson 4, truthfulness.
The foundation of all virtues, as they say.
Exactly. The song Truthful Words really hammers this home. It uses imagery like a dusty mirror, a bird with muddy wings, a torn sail, all things that hinder progress, just like untruthfulness. It explicitly says truthfulness is the foundation of all human virtues.
And the quote reinforces that.
Directly. Truthfulness is the foundation of all human virtues. The explanation uses examples like Sanjay admitting he broke a glass, or Geeta telling the teacher she didn't finish her homework because she was helping her mother.
Relatable situation.
And foundation is explained simply like the rocks and cement needed to build a house, or learning letter sounds being the foundation for reading.
And the story for truthfulness. It has to be.
The shepherd boy who cried wolf. The classic.
Can't beat it for illustrating the consequences of lying and losing trust.
It's stark and memorable for children. When the real wolf comes, nobody believes him, and the consequences are dire.
Yeah, and the game.
The game is touch telephone. One child draws something simple, then traces it on the back of the person in front of them, and so on down the line. The last child tries to draw what they felt.
Ah, so it shows how information can get distorted.
Exactly.
Right.
It highlights the importance of clear, accurate, truthful communication, even non-verbally, than the usual coloring and closing.
So those first four, purity, justice, love, truthfulness, they really create this powerful spiritual launch pad, don't they? It's incredibly well thought out.
It really is, grounding them in these core inner virtues before moving outwards.
Okay, so let's shift to that next group. You called it manifesting virtues in action and relationships. Where does that begin?
It kicks off with Lesson 5, generosity. And here they introduce a new prayer for the children to learn over the next few lessons.
Okay, step up.
It is. The prayer is, "O God, guide me, protect me, make of me a shining lamp and a brilliant star. Thou art the mighty and the powerful."
Simple, direct, aspirational.
The song for generosity is Fountain of Generosity. It encourages being like a spring and ever-flowing thing and promises happiness will come to you if you give. It asks them to think each day if there's something they can give away.
Instilling that habit of thought.
Yes. And the quotation links human generosity directly to God. To give and to be generous are attributes of mine. Well is it with him that adorneth himself with my virtues.
So being generous makes us more godlike, essentially. It's an adornment.
That's the idea. And the story is the charming one about Abdu'l-Bahá as a child and the shepherds.
Where he gives away the sheep.
Yes. Having no other gifts, he decides to give the shepherds some sheep from his father's flock. Baha'u'llah's humorous remark afterwards that Abdu'l-Bahá would one day give himself away.
Which he did for humanity. It shows generosity isn't just about things, but about giving of oneself.
Precisely. And the game, The Twins, reinforces this. Pairs of kids stand back to back, link elbows, and try to stand up together from a squat.
It requires teamwork.
Mutual effort, interdependence, a form of collective generosity, you could say, followed by coloring and prayers.
Okay, generosity. What follows that?
Lesson 6, selflessness, which the book frames as preferring others.
Putting others first.
Right. The song Prefer Your Brother is very direct. It paints a picture. I am thirsty, but my brother, he comes first, so I offer him the water that will quench his thirst. It calls it a blessing to prefer your brother, sister.
Very clear message.
The quotation is equally direct. Blessed is he who preferreth his brother before himself, linking love for God to this selfless action.
And the story example.
It's about Abdu'l-Bahá's coats. He preferred simple clothes, and when given an expensive coat, he noted that for the same price, 5 ordinary coats could be made.
So he could have one and give 4 away.
Exactly. A practical example of detaching from material comfort to benefit more people.
Love that practicality. The game.
The snail. Children hold hands in a line and wind around a central person to form a tight spiral, then unwind.
Oh, that needs real coordination.
Close coordination, consideration for others in that tight space.
Yeah.
It symbolizes interconnectedness, needing to think of the group, then coloring, closing prayers.
These games are consistently reinforcing the virtue in a physical way. What's lesson 7?
Lesson 7 is joyfulness.
An important one.
Crucial. The song Joy Gives Us Wings teaches that joy actually strengthens us, improves our understanding, literally gives us wings to fly, contrasting it with sadness.
So joy isn't just passive, it's empowering.
That's the message. The quotation connects inner joy to spiritual readiness. O Son of Man, rejoice in the gladness of thine heart, that thou mayest be worthy to meet me and to mirror forth my beauty.
Worthy to meet God and reflect his beauty through joy.
Wow. And the story is the sweet one about Abdu'l-Bahá and young Leroy Iowis's rose.
Where the boy brings carnations but decides his real gift is his heart.
Exactly. And Abdu'l-Bahá, perceiving this, doesn't give him a carnation like the others, but his own precious red rose, filling the boy's heart with immense joy.
It shows Abdu'l-Bahá reading hearts and responding to sincerity, turning it into spiritual joy.
Beautifully put. The game is Catching the Dragon's Tail, a lively game where a line of children tries to catch the tail last person without breaking the line.
Fun and energetic, fostering that joyful participation. Okay, what's lesson 8?
Lesson 8 focuses on sincerity.
Matching words and deeds.
Exactly. The song at all times emphasizes manifesting truthfulness and sincerity, a blend of honesty and purity from the heart. It connects sincerity to prayer, service, building unity.
And the quote
Echoes the song. We should at all times manifest our truthfulness and sincerity. It explains that sincerity builds trust because others see the heart's purity through it. Like, a sincere apology means you'll try not to repeat the mistake.
Right, it's not just words. What's the story here?
It's a cautionary tale called The Neighbor's Advice About the Tree.
Oh.
A neighbor advises a man to cut down a large sheltering tree, supposedly for safety reasons. But as soon as the tree is down, the neighbor reappears with a cart and his sons ready to haul away the wood.
His motive was firewood all along. Insincere.
Precisely. It shows how actions reveal true intentions, how insincerity breaks trust, and misses an opportunity to please God.
A good lesson in discernment and the game.
Hot or cold? The classic game where a blindfolded child searches for something hidden, guided by others' calls of warmer or colder.
So it relies on trust and truthful guidance.
Exactly. Builds trust in the group. Then coloring and prayers.
Okay, sincerity covered. What's lesson 9?
Lesson 9 is humility. And this introduces another significant new prayer to be learned over the next few lessons.
Getting progressively more complex.
A little longer, yes. It's the beautiful prayer starting. Blessed is the spot and the house and the place and the city and the heart and the mountain and the refuge and the cave, enumerating all the places where God's mention makes them blessed.
That's a lovely one, very encompassing.
It is. The song for humility is Be Like the Earth, drawing inspiration from nature's humble service. See the earth, it's so humble, has all God's wealth to give. Rise to the heaven of glory on the wings of humility.
Using nature as a teacher.
The quotation is, O Son of Man, humble thyself before me, that I may graciously visit thee. Connecting humility directly to receiving God's grace.
And the story example must be Abdu'l-Bahá again.
Indeed. It's the story about Abdu'l-Bahā's true title and the washing of hands.
Where he insisted on being called just servant of glory.
Yes, and when wealthy visitors prepared an elaborate hand-washing ceremony for him, he quickly washed his own hands, then took the prepared water and towel and served them.
Completely reversing the expected honor. Showing true greatness is in service.
Exactly. Such a powerful lesson in humility. The game is, sometimes we are tall, where a blindfolded child guesses if others are standing tall or squatting low based on the pitch of their voices.
Interesting. Fosters listening skills.
And playful interaction about different states, perhaps without pride or focus on self. Then coloring, prayers.
Humility, what follows. Lesson 10.
Lesson 10, thankfulness, gratitude.
Very important.
Essential. The song is I Thank and Praise Thee, Lord. It emphasizes gratitude for mercy, love, knowledge, truth, and crucially, that the more gratitude I show, the more these blessings glow or increase.
So gratitude attracts more blessings.
That's the core idea, echoed in the quotation. Be thou happy, be thou grateful. Arise to render thanks unto God, that thy thankfulness may conduce to an increase of bounty.
Conduce to an increase of bounty. Links them directly.
Yes. And the story here is incredibly powerful. It's Mirza Adar Ali, No Troubles.
Oh, the one where the wealthy lady complains about minor issues?
Yes, and Abdu'l-Bahá introduces her to Mirza Adar Ali, who endured horrific persecution, imprisonment, beatings, loss of everything. But when asked about his troubles, he joyfully replies, "Troubles? Why, madam, I never had any troubles. I don't know what troubles are."
It's staggering. Shows true happiness and thankfulness come from that inner spiritual state, regardless of circumstances.
Profoundly. The game is quick impulse. Passing a hand, squeeze around a circle quickly, fosters connection and awareness.
Thankfulness. Okay, lesson 11.
Lesson 11 tackles forgiveness.
Another big one. How's that approached?
The song is looking for good. It encourages focusing on the good in others, even if you see a fault. If I see something you do wrong, I won't talk about it with my friends. I'll look at the good in you.
Covering faults.
Yes, with the hope that God will put a cover on my faults too. It also mentions Abdu'l-Bahá's example of strengthening people, not dwelling on flaws.
And the quote.
Let your adorning be forgiveness and mercy, and that which cheereth the hearts of the well-favored of God. Again, positioning forgiveness as a beautiful adornment, something that brings joy.
Adornment and source of joy. Nice. Story.
The story is Abdu'l-Bahá and the dismissed governor. This governor had actively harmed the Baha'is.
Right. Tried to ruin them.
But when the governor was suddenly dismissed and destitute, facing ruin, Abdu'l-Bahá showed him immense kindness, arranged safe travel for his family, paid expenses, all without reproach.
Leading the governor to beg for pardon later, realizing Abdu'l-Bahā's goodness.
It's an amazing testament to unconditional forgiveness and compassion transforming an enemy.
Truly shows the power of the cause. The game.
Well, to people.
A fun, active game where kids walk around. Then the leader calls out body parts to connect with a partner quickly. Back to back, knee to knee.
Builds community and breaks down barriers.
Exactly. Quick, friendly interaction, then coloring, prayers.
Forgiveness. And the last one in this group, lesson 12.
Lesson 12 is honesty.
Different from truthfulness. Related, but distinct. Truthfulness was about words matching reality. Honesty here focuses more on actions, not taking what isn't yours, not cheating, integrity in dealings.
Got it.
The song is Brighter Than the Sun, which links truthfulness and honesty together, saying, honesty adorns the soul of everyone.
Another adornment.
Yes, the quotation is, beautify your tongues, O people, with truthfulness, and adorn your souls with the ornament of honesty, connecting both virtues to inner beauty.
Now the story.
The Abdu'l-Bahá and the carriage driver. The driver tries to cheat Abdu'l-Bahá and his companion, a government official, by demanding a dishonestly high fare.
And Abdu'l-Bahá.
He pays only the fair price, pointing out that if the driver had been honest, he would have received a generous tip on top.
So dishonesty cost him more in the end. Practical consequences again.
Upholding justice and honesty. The game is square, circle, triangle, a memory game involving sequences of shapes, fostering accuracy and attention.
Okay, so that's a solid block of lessons on manifesting virtues outwardly. Generosity, selflessness, joy, sincerity, humility, thankfulness, forgiveness, honesty. That's quite the toolkit for interaction.
It really is. Building block by block.
Right. Let's move into the final, and actually the largest thematic group, spiritual resilience and service. This sounds like preparing kids for life's challenges and their role in the world.
That's a great way to put it. These virtues build on the earlier ones, giving children that deeper fortitude and understanding of service. We start with lesson 13, compassion.
Compassion. And a new prayer here, too.
Yes, the third one for this grade level, learned over the next few lessons. O Lord, plant this tender seedling in the garden of thy manifold bounties, water it from the fountains of thy loving kindness, and grant that it may grow into a goodly plant. It's a prayer for growth and nurturing.
Beautiful metaphor of the seedling. What's the core message on compassion?
The song Be Fair links compassion to fairness, equity, providing for everyone's comfort, following the master's path. The quotation grounds it firmly. The kingdom of God is founded upon equity and justice, and also upon mercy, compassion, and kindness to every living soul.
So compassion is foundational to God's kingdom.
Absolutely. And the story is deeply moving. Abdu'l-Bahá and the hurting heart.
Is this the one where the woman gets turned away?
Yes, an ordinary woman, no appointment, turned away because Abdu'l-Bahá is meeting important people. But he immediately sends for her, declaring, "A heart has been hurt. Hasten, hasten, bring her to me."
Prioritizing spiritual need over any social status. Incredible.
Shows where true importance lies. The game is together. Pairs of children have one leg tied together and have to navigate a space, maybe around obstacles.
Physically embodying cooperation and needing mutual support.
Exactly. Then coloring, prayers.
Compassion. What's next? Lesson 14.
Lesson 14, detachment.
This can be a tough one, even for adults. How is it framed for children?
Very carefully. The song On the Wings of Detachment uses that lovely metaphor of a bird meant for the sky, but getting trapped by desire, its wings covered in mud.
So it can't fly freely.
Right. The song concludes, "Like that bird, I belong to the heavens, so I will not cling to anything but God." It's about freedom for God, not just from things.
That's a key distinction.
The quotation clarifies, "Know that thy true adornment consisteth in the love of God, and in thy detachment from all, save him." True beauty is spiritual attachment, not material.
And the story.
It's the poignant, the rich friend and the donkey. Two friends set out for the Holy Land. The rich one easily leaves his fortune,
But the poorer friend.
cannot bear to leave his beloved donkey, his one prized possession, and turns back, unable to achieve detachment even from that one thing for the spiritual journey.
A powerful illustration of how attachments, big or small, can hold us back. The game.
Wheel. Children form a circle, maybe extend arms to the center and turn together like a wheel, or sit and push with hands, feet in the center.
Fosters collective movement, unity, no single part dominating. Like detachment from ego in group action.
You could see it that way, yes. Then coloring, prayers.
Detachment, followed by Lesson 15.
Lesson 15, contentment.
Acceptance of God's will.
Largely, yes. The song Bestow Upon Me My Portion explicitly says it's easy to be content when things go well, but the real challenge is being content when things go wrong, citing the master's example of remaining calm despite suffering.
That's crucial. Contentment isn't just about pleasant circumstances.
Exactly. The quotation states, "The source of all glory is acceptance of whatsoever the Lord hath bestowed, and contentment with that which God hath ordained," linking true glory to acceptance and inner peace.
And the story must be.
Abdu'l-Bahá, happy in prison.
Of course. Where he's walking in London, contrasts the lights with Akka's darkness. But when friends express joy at his freedom, he says,
"I was happy in that prison, for those days were passed in the path of service." And he identifies the prison of self as the greatest confinement.
showing true contentment and freedom come from service, from forgetting the self, not from external conditions. Mind-blowing, really.
It truly is. The game is sculptor, where kids hold poses shown by a leader or arrange themselves into shapes or scenes.
Creative, cooperative, maybe exploring forms without self-attachment.
Potentially, yes. Playful exploration. Then coloring, prayers.
Contentment. Okay, lesson 16.
Lesson 16, kindness.
We had love earlier. How is kindness distinct here?
It seems focused here on the expression of love towards all people, emphasizing unity and diversity. The song is, "We are drops
of one ocean, waves of one sea."
Come and join us in our quest for unity. All the earth is but one countryman is one. Very explicitly Baha'i principles.
Absolutely, and the quote.
"Blessed is he who mingleth with all men in a spirit of utmost kindliness and love," emphasizing mingling interaction with everyone.
Breaking down barriers. The story.
Abdu'l-Bahá and the outraged man. In Akka, a man hears praise of Abdu'l-Bahá, gets enraged, and rushes to the mosque to confront or attack him.
And Abdu'l-Bahā's reaction.
Calmness, serenity, dignity. He looks at the man and gently reminds him of the teaching, to be generous to all guests. The man realizes the Baha'is are guests in his land, and his anger dissolves, replaced by understanding.
Wow. Disarming aggression with spiritual attributes and wisdom, modeling that kindliness.
Exactly. The game is the hidden quality. Kids sit in a circle with cupped hands. One child vides a small object representing a quality, like kindness. The leader passes their hands over everyone, saying John is kind, Sarah is kind, etc. Another child has to guess who actually has the object quality.
Fosters observation, listening, thinking about qualities. Nice. Okay, kindness. Lesson 17.
Lesson 17, courage. And this introduces the fourth and final new prayer for this level.
The healing prayer.
Yes. Thy name is my healing, O my God, and remembrance of thee is my remedy. Nearness to thee is my hope, and love for thee is my companion. A deeply comforting and powerful prayer.
Truly, how is courage framed?
The song, Source of Courage, is very direct. The source of courage and power is the promotion of the Word of God, is steadfastness in His love. It calls for standing up for right, defending the needy, relying on God's might.
So courage isn't just inner feeling, it's linked to action and faith.
Yes, the quotation reinforces this. The source of courage and power is the promotion of the Word of God and steadfastness in His love. Courage comes from spiritual commitment and action.
And the story example.
It's Ali Asker's unwavering truthfulness, a Baha'i merchant who loses everything through persecution.
Right, and a corrupt official offers him a way to get rich by lying about the amount stolen.
Yes, suggesting they falsify the claim and split the difference. But Ali Asker refuses steadfastly, saying he will only tell the truth, even facing threats of imprisonment or worse.
Moral courage. Prioritizing integrity rooted in faith over personal gain or safety.
A powerful example. The game is yes or no. The leader makes statements, some true, some false, and children hop forward for yes, true, and backward for no, false.
Active listening, critical thinking, decisive action based on truth. Okay, courage. What's lesson 18?
Lesson 18, hopefulness.
Keeping faith in difficult times.
Precisely. Trust in God's constant help and blessings. The song is Be Hopeful. It acknowledges challenges but assures bounties never cease to flow, urging trust and expectant eyes.
Look up with expectant eyes. I like that.
The quotation is a direct command and promise. Never lose thy trust in God. Be thou ever hopeful, for the bounties of God never cease to flow upon man. Unwavering trust, constant flow.
Very reassuring. And the story.
It's the wonderful story of Abdu'l-Bahá and the man on the Thames.
The homeless man in despair.
Yes, sees Abdu'l-Bahá's picture, feels drawn, walks miles to find him. Abdu'l-Bahá greets him with love, tells him he's rich in the kingdom of God, and inspires him to find work growing violets.
Turning despair into hope and purpose, showing him his spiritual worth despite material poverty.
Exactly. Healing the heart, rekindling hope. The game is Rainmaker, where kids collectively simulate a rainstorm using hand rubs, snaps, claps, thigh slaps, stomps.
Collective action, sensory engagement, creating something together. Hopeful energy.
Yeah.
Hopefulness. Lesson 19.
Lesson 19, trustworthiness.
Related to truthfulness and honesty, but maybe more about reliability, keeping one's word.
Exactly. Being dependable, fulfilling responsibilities. The song Busy Hands links trustworthiness to service, happy children making others happy, spreading peace, building a new world together.
Service-oriented.
Yeah.
The quotation elevates trustworthiness incredibly high. Trustworthiness is the greatest portal leading unto the tranquility and security of the people.
Wow. A foundation for societal peace and security.
That's the implication. The story is Mu'ammataki, the trustworthy messenger. In the early, dangerous days, mail to and from Abdu'l-Bahá relied on his absolute reliability.
Even when enemies tried to intercept things.
Yes. Abdu'l-Bahá devised ways to get mail to him safely in another country using unsuspecting travelers because Mu'ammattaki's trustworthiness was the vital link ensuring communication never broke.
Shows how vital that quality is, especially under pressure. The game.
A guide, bears again. One child is blindfolded and led by their partner, first physically, then just by verbal or touch signals, navigating obstacles.
Builds profound trust and highlights the guide's responsibility.
Absolutely. Then coloring, prayers.
Trustworthiness.
Okay.
Lesson 20. We're getting near the end.
Lesson 20. Enkindlement.
Lighting that inner fire.
Yes, the fire of God's love. The song is Kindling the Fire of God's Love. It speaks of a flame God placed in the heart, and praying for God to kindle in my heart that flame, striving for its light to illumine all hearts. It mentions prayer, good deeds, service as ways it grows.
Beautiful.
The quotation is a direct call. Be ye enkindled, O people, with the heat of the love of God, that ye may enkindle the hearts of others. That contagious nature of divine love.
Igniting others through our own inner fire. Story.
It's the powerful story of Thomas Breakwell, the ablaze spirit. An Englishman who has a sudden spiritual awakening travels to Akka, meets Abdu'l-Bahá.
And feels that fire grow stronger.
Yes. And on Abdu'l-Bahá's advice, he immediately resigns from his job at a cotton mill that used child labor, demonstrating detachment and obedience. He lives his short remaining life sharing that light intensely.
Leading Abdu'l-Bahá to reveal a tablet in his honor after his passing, a potent example of enkindlement leading to sacrificial service.
The game is Help the Sick, where children form a chair or stretcher with their arms to carry a patient to a health center.
Embodies cooperative care, empathy, the warmth of love in action. Okay, enkindlement, lesson 21.
Lesson 21, Radiance.
Reflecting that inner light.
Precisely. And this uses the final prayer introduced at this level. O thou kind Lord, I am a little child. Exalt me by admitting me to the kingdom. I am earthly, make me heavenly. Gloomy, suffer me to become radiant. A plea for transformation.
Asking to become radiant.
Yes. The song Radiance urges reflecting God's light. Our hearts will radiate with kindness and love, quoting Bahá'u'lláh. O Son of Being, thou art my lamp and my light is in thee. And urging, don't hesitate, just radiate.
Energetic call to action.
The quotation reinforces this. O Son of Being, thou art my lamp and my light is in thee. Get thou from it thy radiance and seek none other than me. Our light is divine, meant to be shared.
And the story.
Dorothy Baker and Abdu'l-Bahā's luminous face. Young Dorothy, initially timid, is captivated by Abdu'l-Bahā's warmth, his radiant face, his voice.
And this experience ignites her own love for God and desire to serve.
Yes, a life dedicated to service, which Abdu'l-Bahá himself blessed. It shows how spiritual radiance can directly inspire others, even without many words.
The power of presence, the game.
Two-way copy. Pairs mirror each other's movements or expressions, then maybe one shadows the other.
Fosters observation, empathy, mirroring divine attributes, perhaps. Reflecting light.
Could be interpreted that way, yes. Subtle communication, then coloring prayers.
Radiance. Okay, just 3 left. Lesson 22.
Lesson 22, Faithfulness.
Loyalty, steadfastness in belief and action.
Yes. The song I Want to Be Happy stresses deeds over words. We are men of deeds, not of words. Our very life should show our faith to friend and foe. People are tired of empty speech. They want to see you practice what you teach.
Powerful. Faithfulness shown through action.
The quotation defines the faithful one. Happy is the faithful one who is attired with the vesture of high endeavor and hath arisen to serve this cause. Faithfulness equals high endeavor and service.
Attired with the vesture of high endeavor. Beautiful phrase. Story.
Is Fandiar the faithful servant, a servant to Baha'u'llah's family who shows incredible loyalty?
Is this the one who refuses to flee danger until debts are paid?
Yes, fearing dishonor to the cause. And later, Baha'u'lláh instructs him to stay with a protective minister until that minister is content, showing faithfulness to commitments even over his own desire to serve Baha'u'lláh directly.
A profound ethic of keeping one's word. Sacred commitments.
Exemplary faithfulness. The game is who is knocking at my door, guessing who's knocking by their disguised voice. Fosters listening. Discernment.
Okay. Faithfulness.
Yeah.
Lesson 23.
Lesson 23. Patience.
Essential for growth.
Absolutely. The song Patience talks about long roads, getting tired, but no sense getting impatient. If you take it step by step, patience is the answer when you're sad and blue. It applies to learning, goals, dealing with others.
Patience brings happiness.
Yes. The quotation promises reward. He, verily, shall increase the reward of them that endure with patience. Endurance and patience are linked.
And the story must be about something taking time.
It is. Layu and the peach tree. A boy wants to grow a peach tree and learns patience through the whole process, drying the pit, waiting for the seed to sprout, the sapling to grow, the tree to mature, the fruit to ripen.
Guided by his mother and a farmer, reinforcing the growth takes time and care.
A perfect analogy for spiritual growth: slow, patient nurturing, perseverance.
I love that. The game.
Find the starter. One child leads actions that everyone mirrors, while another child, eyes closed then opened, tries to guess who the secret starter is.
Observation, subtle communication, roles within a group.
Okay.
Patience. And the final lesson, lesson 24.
The culmination, lesson 24, steadfastness.
Remaining firm, unwavering.
Exactly. The song, Firm in the Love of God, affirms walking God's path, being firm in love, staying on the path even through troubles, serving joyfully, never doubting God's aid.
A song of resilience.
Very much so. The quotation offers the ultimate promise. Supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast in the cause of thy Lord. Steadfastness leads to the highest spiritual station.
Oh, wow. And the story to illustrate this, it has to be powerful.
It is perhaps the most profound. Baha'i Khanum's steadfast spirit, Abdu'l-Bahá's sister,
The greatest holy leaf, her life story.
is one of almost unimaginable hardship. Nobility stripped away, exile, extreme poverty, dangerous journeys, decades of imprisonment in Akka, yet through it all.
She remained a pillar of strength, faithfully supporting Baha'u'lláh, then Abdu'l-Bahá, then becoming the staunchest support for Shoghi Effendi.
Her spirit, her love for God remained absolutely firm, constant, unwavering through every calamity, right to her last breath. A beacon of steadfastness for all time.
A truly awe-inspiring example. The final game.
A helping hand. Similar to a guide, but perhaps emphasizing the support role more. Pairs walk, then one is blindfolded and guided purely by touch signals, navigating obstacles.
Builds profound trust again,
Hmm.
reliance, steadfast guidance and support.
Okay, then coloring, and the final closing prayers, having reviewed all the prayers learned.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
completes the 24 lessons.
Wow, what an incredible, comprehensive journey we've just walked through. Even just summarizing it, it's so much more than just a list of virtues.
Oh, absolutely. It's a truly holistic spiritual education. You see how this framework moves way beyond just memorizing things. It's about fostering genuine spiritual understanding and, crucially, application.
Yeah, that blend of prayers, songs, stories, the games, it hits everything. Multimodal, engaging.
Appeals to different intelligences, ensures that the learning is deep.
And it's not just about believing things, is it? It's clearly about how to live. Every part seems to reinforce the others. Like you said, the Burning Thirst game is justice in action for them. Exactly. The practical application is woven right in, and that systematic cultivation of virtues, purity, justice, love, all the way to steadfastness. It's the absolute foundation of character building in this approach.
It's deliberate, it's comprehensive, and that spiral nature means they keep revisiting and internalizing these qualities.
Yeah.
They become embodied, not just intellectual concepts.
Mm-hmm. And grounding them in the stories of Abdu'l-Bahá makes it so concrete. He's the walking example. Kids see how forgiveness looks in the dismissed governor, or how truthfulness plays out in the shepherd boy. It makes the abstract tangible.
Right. And even the vocabulary, the explanation, simple enough for kids, but actually introducing profound Baha'i concepts early on. Unity, justice, service, God's attributes, the soul. It builds that spiritual identity. Words like counsel, attribute, conduce, endure. They're learning spiritual language.
It's subtly profound, and underpinning all of this, of course, is the teacher.
Ah, yes. Their role seems huge here. Not just instructor, but facilitator, exemplar.
Both. Facilitator of these spiritual experiences, embodiment of the virtues themselves, their presence, their tone, how they engage. It's critical for creating that atmosphere where kids can actually feel these qualities.
Like, the games aren't just fun. They're designed experiences of sharing, cooperation, trust. The teacher guides that.
They are the spiritual guide in that space, helping the children internalize these truths.
So looking back, those anchoring quotes really stand out, don't they? They capture the essence, that first prayer. Bestow upon me a pure heart, like unto a pearl.
Or, truthfulness is the foundation of all human virtues. Just cuts right to the core.
And the promise of contentment. The source of all glory is acceptance and contentment, linking inner peace to acceptance.
And that reminder of our inner divinity. O Son of Being, thou art my lamp, and my light is in thee. Get thou from it thy radiance.
Beautiful. And the final, ultimate goal. Supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast.
Yeah.
It ties it all together. Steadfastness as the culmination of cultivating all these virtues.
They really serve as powerful anchors for these deep ideas.
It's truly been an amazing deep dive into these 24 lessons. Each one feels like such a carefully placed stepping stone on a child's spiritual path, planting those seeds of purity, justice, love, steadfastness.
It really shows a vision of education that deeply nurtures the soul alongside the mind, preparing them for life, really.
And listen, we've got some good news for you. We're not quite done with Ruhi Book 3 yet.
That's right. We decided to add one more bonus part.
We're going to focus specifically on the key phrases for coloring activities that are mentioned throughout the book. It sounds minor, but it's another fascinating layer of the pedagogy, another way this material engages children.
So look out for that soon. We're really looking forward to concluding this whole journey through Ruhi Book 3 with you in that bonus installment.
Definitely. But before we sign off for today, here's something for you to think about. After exploring these 24 powerful lessons and the virtues they teach, which spiritual quality really stood out to you? Is there one you feel drawn to cultivate more consciously in your own life this week?
Or maybe, thinking practically, is there one specific virtue you could consciously help foster in a child? You know, using some of the ideas we've talked about.
Because that's where the deep dive really comes alive, isn't it? When we take the knowledge and start applying it.
Absolutely.
So give that some thought. Until next time, keep diving deep.